so spiritual, people. That ain't my calling anyway. I'm called to tell people who don't know. And for somebody who's asleep on you, let them sleep on next to you. But God told me to tell you everything that is inside of you has to be able to ordain it from the foundations of tonight. Before I lay down, I'm going to get up and send the word ahead of me. I'm sending it to my tomorrow, sending it into my future. That everything God has called of me to ordain in me, to put in me, God placed it in me because he could trust me to speak the word to it, that it shall live and shall not die. With palsy. Now I know from introspect on the text that palsy is something that is not permanent, it's situational, which means that it only happens at certain times of day. You ever been in that place? You ever been where, God, I know what I'm called to do, but it's just hard for me to do it. It's not that it's complicated, it's just in this place I find it complicated to fulfill it. To more than one person tonight, but even if I am, Jeremiah, I know you're called to do something that's greater than you, that's bigger than you. It seems like at any moment it's gonna fall down and crush you, how big the weight of the gift, the assignment. And you can't be opposed by every thought in your mind to say that you can't do it based off of your current. And Jesus says to I really need to see catch it now. And the captain says to Jesus, no, you don't need to see this. I can't wait for you to show up. I can't wait for an informed delivery. I can't wait 7 days for Brown to take his time and UPS to decide when they want to upload the tracking. I can't wait 5 to 10 days for FedEx. I need it now. I can't wait that long. You ever been right on the verge of it? Right on the edge of something great happening, and then you're paused because you had to wait. Now, I don't know if that's your story. I don't know if that's you. I don't know if I'm just resounding word for myself to say, Jeremiah, sometimes you're only paused because you hinder you by waiting for it. And I know patience is the virtue, right? Patience is something that we all should have. Patience is one of those things that, like, you have to long for, pray for. But listen to me. Patience is a virtue. It's not an attribute. It's something that you acquire. It's not something you're born with. Notice when a baby is born, Y'all ain't gonna hear me on tonight.
That they're anxious for nothing, but they scream for everything.
Baby will holler, will scream. It will wake up the entire house. It does not care because it knows that I want to eat. And I'm not talking to so spiritual people. That ain't my calling anyway. I'm called to tell people who don't know. And so tonight I'm talking to anybody who don't know. God called you to make noise. And let me tell you why the enemy has been so heavy on you. It's because you're somebody who's required by your calling to make noise in this place. And anytime you start making noise, know that the attack follows. That anybody that's quiet, they make no noise. They cause no attack. There's no fight back because there's no movement. But if anybody know that I have the word on me, it's on you. It's the gift that what he called you to do. Yes, it's heavier than you. Yes, it's bigger than you. Yeah, it's going to call for everything inside of you. It's going to exert your absolute energy. It's going to cause you to lose family. Lose friends, lose everybody close to you. Oh, this don't always feel good. Being alone, being by yourself, can't relate to nobody, talk to nobody, go out with nobody, ain't got no real friends. It's gonna push you to your limit. But watch what happens. Jesus said, "I'll go to the house." The man said, "No, I don't need you to come to the house. Don't do that." Just send the word. That's it. All I need you to do is send the word. And for somebody that's good. That's good. It's been a long day for me. I had to get up early this morning and go to Huntsville. That was 2 hours. And then I had to turn around and come right back. After I waited for the mail. Got no kind of nap today. I'm tired. But I'm waiting. I know that I got up this morning because I had it planned on my mind last night. I went to bed last night with it on my mind that I had to get up and go. Before I even laid down last night, I said in my mind that I had to go. And I only came on tonight to affirm for somebody in the spiritual that you can already see where you're headed. And for somebody who's asleep on you, let them sleep on next to you. But God told me to tell you everything that is inside of you has to be able to ordain it from the foundations of tonight. That before I lay down, I'm going to get up and send the word ahead of me. I'm sending it to my tomorrow. I'm sending it to my next week. I'm sending it into my future greater destiny. That everything God has called of me to ordain in me, to put in me, God placed it in me because he could trust me to speak the word to it, that it shall live and shall not die, that it shall thrive and shall not fall, that it shall come to pass. It won't be paused. It won't be hindered. It will not be stopped. You have to speak to the greater that is tomorrow to come. You got everything you've called me to do. By the gift and the grace of God, I'm going to do it, thrive in it, succeed in it, look good doing it. That's why the enemy don't like you. You making too much noise. I ain't gonna push it because I feel it tonight. For somebody, you ought to say, see, a year ago, you should have died. You should have laid down and never got up. But see, the enemy made a mistake on tonight. You're unable to do everything that God ordained for you to do. And the mistake that he made was allowing you to come here. See, if he had stopped you yesterday, if he had put enough stress on you yesterday, if he had put enough damage on you yesterday, enough demise, enough attempt, enough attack on you yesterday, then maybe you would have gave up. But for somebody ought to know that he should have got me last night. It should have been the attack that he didn't lay off. It should have been where his hand didn't let up. But because the God in me saw greater for me on tomorrow, that I know it sounds crazy, but the God in me saw
greater in me than what he saw and believed in the enemy, and decided that, Jeremiah, you have to get up. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your name is, but I got to tell you on tonight that God saw greater in you than what he did in making the enemy. And he decided that tonight would be the last night that you fight this fight, that you would believe, that you're paused by anything that is the apprehension of a man. It is the limited imagination of anybody who says that maybe you can, maybe you can. It is the doubt of them that did not believe God to still be God enough to save and select and secure everything that was your future that he's calling you to, that you cannot give up here. Can't give in. Don't give out. But above all, without a doubt, you got to make some noise. And Jesus says, as you said it, believe it, go home. The man has already received it. And I'm done. I just came to tell somebody it's already done. I need you to know it's done. It's the healing is done. It's the finances are done. It's the money is on the way. It's the debt is being removed. The evictions are off of you. I'm telling somebody it's already done. See, you may not come to a place of being a faithful believer, but when God graduates you in your spirit so that you'll know that if you do what he said do, and believe what he said believe, and read what he said to read, and just trust what he said to trust, then you'll be able to come to a place too to say, God, it's already done. By the time I get home, that's what he told him. He said, by the time you get home, expect it done and see it done. You got to know that it's already done. It's already done. By the time I get home, that the problem is going to be fixed. By the time I get home, that everything is going to be situated. By the time I get home, their body is going to be healed. The family is going to be mended. The relationship is going to be repaired. The school is going to come through. It's already done. Says by the time you get home, it's going to be done for you. I don't know who I'm speaking to. I don't know what you got standing in front of you. I don't know what the enemy has told you. I came to affirm for anybody in the room on tonight that the word of the Lord is, by the time you get home, it's already